there is a strange, amazing little message that Spirit has been waiting to get to you. And today, you're going to hear it in this pick a card reading. Now, if you're looking for a reading that is sincere and gets to the heart of the matter, you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Cheryl Lee Harnish. I am the author of the 3 decks we're going to be using today, and I've been a professional reader for well over 17 years. So, we're doing decked out divination today, that's for sure, because we are going to choose a deck, not a pile of cards, and we are going to choose by sound. So, when choosing by sound, I'm going to ask that you close your eyes. It's even better if you have earbuds in. Close your eyes, take a breath, listen to the sounds, repeat them if you need to. So sound number 1 is for the Path of the Soul deck. Nice. Okay, and sound number 2. Sound number 3 for the Return of Spirit deck. Okay, so we are not done because we are also going to do some charms. A, B, or C. You remember your choices, and I am going to get us started in the reading. Hi, Group 1. For those of you who chose our Path of the Soul deck, this is for you guys. And a special thanks to all you guys who commented last week when I was asking your opinion about drawing on camera. And you guys, like, overwhelming response. It's amazing. I truly have the best community in the world. Messages. Spirit has a special message for us this week. Now, the card I'm going to choose first off the bat. It's Nurturing Universe. Now that's funny because this card does not come out very often, but I'm starting to do shorts with a little like daily message a couple times a week, and that was the very first card that came out for the shorts, mini messages. So if you're one of them who saw that, there's something you still haven't quite embraced in the message of that card. Okay, next one out. We have the Nurturing Universe and Friendship. Okay, and we have the Intuitive Arts Guide. Interesting, and I feel like I need to take this one. We have the Goddess card. Wow, okay, I'm just going to quickly take 2 more. Bull Guide. Companion's Love. Oh, okay. This is a relationship reading, and I have to say the cards are covering all the bases because we have the Friendship card, which is all about friendships, of course. We have Companion's Love, which is intimate relationships, partnerships, that sort of thing. And then we have the Intuitive Arts Guide, which is very much about your personal relationship to Spirit, to the Creator, to guides, angels, whoever the energy or intelligence beyond us is that you resonate with in connecting to. And so they're really talking about you connecting to everyone. And you know, one of the main messages with Nurturing Universe, like when I hold this up here, you can see that there's this spiral here, and it's a double spiral spiraling out, and it's in the cosmos. Wherever we have spirals, we have a massive amount of energy, outward growth, expansion. And that's the card they started with. but there's something about you allowing that energy in to be nurtured. Like, in a way, you could call it the receiving card, but it's a little bit more than that, okay? Because it's also about your gift of nurturing love and kindness and spreading it out into the world. But in order to spread that kind of beautiful energy, your well, your inner well, needs to be filled. And they are talking about the avenues where you can refill it. So this, with the friendship card, of course, I mean, that is as simple as it gets, is going to people who truly are supportive, who really do resonate with you. I'm not talking about people that, you spend time with who you don't quite resonate with. These are people like soul family kind of people. And there's something about getting that type of connection going. I do want to say soul family. And we've got the relationship card in here. Companion's love is like, it almost looks like two hands coming down and spreading, creating this heart shape in the center. So two people coming together to create this heart. So it is important that not only that you have that friendship kind of relationship, it feeds one level of us, but for you guys, there's something very important in making a true, deep, intimate connection with someone on that kind of level who you want to spend your life with, or spend a big chunk of your life with, at least anyway. So there's something about this intimacy. There's this underlying, I don't want to call it an issue, flavor of intimacy coming through in this reading. But it's not just that, it's also connecting with your guides, angels, higher self, the universe at large. And I really feel like there's something talking here about really honoring your intuition and honoring your inner voice when it comes to these important relationships. Because sometimes we will perceive someone as boring, or, they're just kind of, and there's no excitement there. But a little part of you knows that, there's some sort of energy here that I need to pursue or follow. And what I'm talking about is that inner voice, that inner whisper, and not listening to, your mind in your head, which is always loud and always overtakes the inner voice, our inner guidance. And I feel like because it's talking about both ways, it's about listening to your inner voice about these two areas of your life, friendships and relationships, where the relationship is benefiting both you and the other person, that there's mutual respect, love, and kindness, and that you nurture each other and foster the best in each other, and to really follow your inner heart, your inner guidance about which relationships you need to hold on to and feed with your energy and love, and which relationships may need to move to the side. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have the bull guide card. So it's almost like two eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and it's like this bull nose. And the bull guide card comes when we are feeling kind of backed into a wall, when we're feeling like we need to stand our ground. And so there's some sort of confirmation. I'm getting tongue-tied, but you know what confrontational energy coming through in some of these relationships that you're having, or you're kind of getting like just overpowered. Not that anyone has any ill intention or anything, but with the bull guy card, because we have the goddess card sitting here, she really represents the full empowerment and embodiment of feminine energy, but like feminine energy on steroids, because she's like, I am the goddess. And so if you're male or identify male, you know, it's, think of it as really owning and embracing the fullness of the qualities that make you you, like putting it on and wearing it and being proud of who you are. And so with that, it's kind of saying, like, stepping into your goddess energy is a way of claiming your space in these relationships, the ones that perhaps are having a little bit of tension where it's not working quite right, because we've all seen the bull out in the paddock, and the bull only has to turn his head and look at you to say, I own this paddock. Do not come in here. Everything about him is a big red flag, and you go, yeah, no, I'm not going into the paddock with the bull. And it's kind of that energy of really claiming your space, claiming yourself, claiming your paddock, and putting the juice and energy into the right relationships, honoring your intuition when it comes to that, and allowing yourself to be nurtured in those relationships, and taking the time to really be sure that you are doing things to nurture yourself, that you aren't just feeding all your energy into romantic relationships or friendships, that you are also leaving some in reserve for you, that you aren't just on output and giving, that you are, and allowing these relationships to nurture you and fulfill you, so that you can go out into the world at large, even with perfect strangers, and exude that love and that kindness and that sweetness that we really need to share in this world, especially in the times that we're in right now. We need you. The universe needs you. Okay, we are not done. We have the charms, and they really bring through some interesting little extras about what's going on and what this message is from Spirit. So let's go look at the charms. Hi, Group 2. For those of you who chose our Divine Guidance deck, and I just need to say a special thank you to everybody when you gave me feedback about pulling cards online last week. It was like, it blew my mind. You guys are so responsive and so supportive. I love you guys. I truly do. Okay, so let's get into our message, because Spirit has a strange little message they've been trying to get to you. What a brilliant card to start out with. We have Liftoff. So, no, this one here. Nectar of Life. Wow. You guys have some good shining star. What in the world have you guys been doing? Like, and oh my goodness, heart-centered. So I'm just going to take two more. Oh my goodness. This is exciting. Okay. Oh, I understand. So exciting. Okay. Whatever you guys have been doing as far as your personal growth work, as far as your spiritual work, you're coming into the time of reaping the rewards from that. I mean, honest to goodness. We have the reflections card coming out, and even though it came out last, because I was asking as I was pulling the cards, like, okay, but what is this referring to? And then this came out and I went, okay, I get it. So this kind of reflects, represents the subconscious mind. You could say that's the inner self. And this water is reflecting what is going on in the subconscious. And it's in this flow, this movement. And that reflections card tells me that you guys have taken some sort of retreat. You've been doing the inner work, the shadow work, looking at your part and your role in things. And a lot of the time it says that you're coming up out of a low, that, you know, you got sucked down in here, a dark night of the soul, whichever way you want to put it. But there was something really going on, something really important going on in this process that needed to happen because it made a shift for you. And what I'm talking about, doing the work, you guys have been doing the work. Whatever this is, we have we have the liftoff card, and this is almost like a rocket shooting through the cosmos or energetic realm of your world. We literally have this takeoff happening here. And when that card shows up, it says that there's a big shift coming for you, that whatever has been kind of, you know, in the base starter area of things is now coming. And I want to use the analogy of like a seedling that is sprouting, but this is like exploding out and open, and things are really coming to take off for you guys coming up here. And, you know, where we have this kind of introspective dark night of the soul sort of energy that you've been passing out of, the card right here below it beside the liftoff card is the nectar of life. And this one is talking about really enjoying the sweetness of life, the sweetness that all of life has to offer. And this is almost like it's kind of like when the good things that you've really been waiting for and wanting to manifest in your life begin to happen, like that liftoff kind of energy begin to happen. But there's also a shift, a change in your mindset where you just kind of see the beauty of things around you. You know, you stop to actually smell the flowers and take in the scent and get intoxicated on the fragrance. You know, it's about enjoying the smallest of things that bring a huge joy into your life. And it's also talking about things coming into your life that are the good stuff, the juicy stuff, the sweet stuff. You know, you've kind of paid your dues, you went through your process, and now you're coming out of the other side to the absolute polar opposite, which is joy and laughter and love, light, happiness, you know, any uppity word you want to use. This is the one we're going to use for this card. And I love that this has come out. So this is Shining Star. And this is talking about letting down your guard, you know, kind of braving up and allowing yourself to shine your light, to be the shining star, the star of your story, right? Instead of like taking this background kind of role. This is about you really stepping out into the limelight. So does it mean out in the public? For many of you, it is actually saying that there's some sort of stepping into a public-like role where you are shining your light. And whatever it is that you're doing, I have to say, it's kind of a new or a rebirth, and it's going to take off for you. Because what's interesting here is we have the awakening card, and you see how it's got these like reds, oranges, pinks, and yellows. We have like all of these mid-center chakra colors in here. And one of the things that this card actually says in the booklet, which is interesting, is that because you've been working to really get into this heart-centered mode of being, and this card is called heart-centered, so it's literally backing it up. It's so amazing to me that coming into this heart-centered mode of operating is literally awakening in you, your desire to walk your real path, your soul's path, to embrace the divine plan of your life. And it also talks about an awakening of intuition, like the intuitive faculty and spiritual connection. And that totally feeds in with the shining star thing, because as you get out, rise up from that place of depression, doing your work, and get more heart-centered, which is what this card is talking about, the heart-centered card, it literally puts you in alignment. It takes the mind and regulates it to the rhythm of the heart. In doing that, it literally opens up your intuition. So it's going to be easier for you coming up here now, for you to be able to really hear your inner voice, to hear your soul's calling, and the direction, like this little puppy here, the heart, that is our compass. This is what directs us in our lives, not this, right? And so this is saying that you are coming now into a period where Spirit is really encouraging you to just stay out of logic. If your head says, oh, but I can't, and that's crazy, and I couldn't, and da-da-da, you just stop that record from playing, or MP3, or whatever you want to say. Enough is enough. Just honor what your heart is telling you, what you're feeling pulled to do, guided to do, because that intuition that's opening up is taking you down the road to where you can shine your light in a beautiful, authentic, powerful, meaningful way. Okay? Now, we're not done, because we still have the charms left to do, which is going to give us even more information, and usually a lot of good, juicy little tidbits too. So let's go look at the charms. Hi, Group 3. Okay, for those of you who have chosen our Return of Spirit deck, and I just need to say a quick thank you for last week, for all of your feedback about pulling cards online. You guys are so amazing and so supportive, so many comments. It blows me away. It really touches my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that strange little message that Spirit has been trying to get to you, let's find out what it is. Okay, so right off the bat, this is the one. Let's start with, okay, we have the right card. So, I have a feeling I know where this is going. And we have contact. I have the cards upside down in my hand. I'm going to go this way. And right, contact, where it's down here. This must be it. Knowledge. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this one. Whoops, there it is. Storm. Okay, this makes sense. Now I'm just going to pull this. Oh my gosh. And comments. Oh my goodness. This, okay, I have to say I'm truly, honestly blown away. So where do I start? Okay, let's start with the Storm card. Because this card kind of, it's talking about having gone through a storm or a rocky time. And like all of this outside energy here. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are still in the tail end. You've been through the eye of it, but you're still trying to find your footing in whatever this has been, this kind of rocky or even tumultuous time that you've been going through. The Storms card says that you've been going through that. But this is like almost like static energy all around the outside. And it says that, you know, in order to clear all of those ions, the extra charged particles in the sky, that lightning has to strike. The thunder has to roll. And that is what's happening, has been happening. But this card is saying that the lightning has struck, the thunder has rolled, and that it's clearing out these things in your life to perhaps bring things up to your awareness or knowledge of things that you may not have been aware of about yourself, other people, particular situations in your life. So even though it sounds like a scary kind of card, it is such a powerful card because it's just clearing out. Let's change that word to just clearing out. There was a clearing out that's going on, and you're right at the tail end of it now, and something whole and new is coming through for you, and it is blowing my mind what has come here. Because we have the Return of Spirit card, and you know, these are almost like wings coming up, and this is very much Phoenix energy, you know, having been through the fire, getting transformed, burned down to ash, and rebuilding. And I feel like they're talking about whatever that storm was. For each of you, it'll be different. We're not doing a personal reading, so I can't pinpoint it for you. But they're talking about like coming back to life. I mean, literally and metaphorically, they're talking about you making a return to the world, to the public, to your friends, to regular life, and a return of spirit, of your will, of your desire to be here, to participate in the planet, to participate with spirit. You know, you're done, you're over being mad at them, or, you know, sometimes we go through those issues with the universe, and you're ready to reconnect. It's like, this is like just getting plugged in from spirit and getting juiced back up again and rising from the ashes, way more connected, way more in your power, way more in your truth, and really desiring to walk your authentic path in life. And but what path are they talking about? You guys are not meant to be hiding away here. You have something to share. Let me say that again. You guys have something you need to share with the world. Why do I say that? These two cards right here is what's telling me. The right card and the knowledge card. So for some of you, I know that this knowledge card has come up to the last time that I used this deck. And if you are one of the people who got that card last time, it's that you're still in the process of embracing this message, because Spirit will keep pummeling you with the same message until you get it and you go, ah, okay, I get it. So this knowledge card this is like the outline of a person. That's their head and shoulders. And this is a massive opening of the crown chakra. And all of this energy is pouring in, and you can almost see little faces in this light energy. And then it comes out, it comes down from spirit and out into the world. Okay? And this is talking that a part of your path and purpose is to share wisdom, to share knowledge, to share information, whether you feel this is, original information that comes directly from source through you and out, or this is knowledge and wisdom that has been shared before. It doesn't matter which one it is, because it's about you. See, there's that person is in here and you were the key. So it's how you share the information. It's about how you convey this and bring it to other people in your unique way, in your unique flavor that gives them understanding. You're at the same resonance, right? So we always gravitate to the right teachers, and people are waiting for you. There are souls on this planet who are waiting for you to get at her. Okay? Whew. Now, we have the right card, and often that really comes along with the knowledge card. So the other aspect of this, if it isn't just teaching, sharing wisdom, knowledge, teaching classes and stuff like that, there's also an element of learning and going through your own process of wisdom collecting and information collecting for you first before you begin to share it. So because this is a group reading, it's going to be different for each of you. But with that right card, it is saying that it is about getting these things down on paper, getting them organized, getting it organized. But there's some other energy that's going on here, because I feel like they are talking literally about you writing something of significance. I don't feel like it can be, part of this can be for the purpose of journaling or organizing, but I feel like it's even a little more important than that. And you guys are going to know, because you've got this return of spirit coming up. It's about trusting what you feel is the right thing to do and doing it. Get writing. Just start getting this out of you and onto paper, because we have the confidence card showing up. That confidence card says, you guys are doubting yourselves. You're doubting your mad skills and abilities. You're doubting these soul gifts that you have. You're listening to your head, not your heart. Forget that. Don't listen to your head. This is about you stepping out. Now, I used this analogy in one of my personal readings this week, and I had said, everybody wants to be great at their spiritual work before they go out there and share it with the world. And, if we take this kid who really wants to play ball and he says, Mom, I want to play ball and I want to be the best ball player in the world. And she's like, good for you, son. And he says, so I'm going to stay right here in the house until I become the best ball player in the world. Then I'll go out and play ball. You guys get that, don't you? How is he ever going to become the best ball player in the world? That's you guys. And this confidence card is saying it's not about just coming out here full force, all willy-nilly and just like, rah, like a storm with your stuff. This is just taking what you have, the writing and the knowledge, and one step at a time, just baby steps, working your way out there to put your stuff, your information out there in the world, one step at a time, in a way that each step that you do grows your confidence a little bit. Each step, one at a time, you feel a little bit stronger, a little bit more like, heck yeah, I got this. Because this is, you got this. You absolutely got this. You do. But we just need to get the rest of you caught up, right? So really, the strange little message that Spirit is trying to get to you is that you have a beautiful gift to share with the world. And it's time to put your baseball hat on and say, put me in, coach, and go from there, okay? It's time to get in there and get playing ball, okay? Now, we are not done. We still have the charms, and they are super fun. So let's go over there and see what they have to say. Okay, what do we have for charms? I think that's pretty good. We'll get some letters out here. Okay. Now, okay, that's astrological. Okay, what do we have? Aquarius. Okay, so we have the sign of Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. So this is talking about some maybe unexpected things coming up over the next few weeks. And it's much more of a humanitarian sign. More people connected, definitely. And then we have the polar opposite of Uranus energy, which is Saturn, because Saturn rules Capricorn. So this is a lot about authority, time, things taking time to unfold. So we have like this sudden, shocking Uranus kind of out of the box, out of the blue energy, and then things still taking time. Now, this can also represent people that are coming up who might be important to you. We'll have to see. But there's also something about authority with Capricorn. So let's see what the rest of the charms have to say. Now, I see we have some letters here. So we have the letter L and J. Okay, so they can represent the initials of people coming up over the next little bit who are important. And, ooh, nice. Okay, so we have the snake, and this is about shedding your old skin, right? That's where that Uranus energy comes in, because Uranus breaks us out of habits and routine. And I feel like this is saying it's about shedding your skin, getting out of your, where you may feel stuck in your routines. Now, we have a Cupid, and we have, like, she looks like Tinkerbell to me. So we have two little flying fairies. That Cupid, to me, that's saying there's some sort of romantic interest coming up. Now, the fairy is playful, getting playful, lightening up again, which follows through with this shedding your old skin, shedding the old, lightening up, and something new about relationships. We also have the Eiffel Tower here, and there's something about travel. That's interesting. It's very similar to Group 1's reading, but just a little bit different. I wonder if there's some communication going on with someone who's at a distance here coming up over the next little bit. I'm just going to say it feels like that is going on here. Now, we have a bat. This is one of my favorites, because the bat in native spirituality, like as an animal totem, represents change. So we have change coming. And Capricorn, what I was saying with time, things taking time. And we have the tortoise, who won the race at a slower pace. So I feel like it's saying, don't rush in, don't get swept away, carried away in the energies of that going on. It's really about pacing yourself and shedding your old skin and really embracing the change that is going to be coming up for you guys over the next little bit. And this one is interesting because it's a kitty cat with the moon and stars, and she's walking out on this tree branch, and that tree branch is like extending your coming out into like a new branching off, and the moon and stars is like a much more spiritual type connection, very heartfelt because it is the moon. And my goodness, there's something interesting going on here. I wonder, because this is a nighttime symbol. I feel like there's something important about getting out in the evenings. I know that sounds crazy, but I just have to go with it here because that's what I'm picking up. There's something about the nighttime energies coming up for this next little bit for you guys that is going to be important. Now, we have the little baby clothing on a coat hanger. So a baby is new, and it's usually something that we give birth to and we wear. So there's something about really owning something new, some sort of new energy. And I want to say playful like a child with that fairy thing. But I feel that newness is kind of talking about where the snake is shedding its skin. It's like putting on a new wardrobe, but it's about having to grow into it. So you might not feel totally comfortable over the next few weeks with this change and alteration that's happening, but it's definitely and certainly for your best interest, that's for sure. And we have a little tiny puffy pink cloud, okay? And, the cloud is the sky. The sky is the limit. And this is joyful and happy. So I really feel like this cloud is talking about you allowing yourself to daydream, like that Pisces, they say, always has their head in the clouds, that it's okay to have your head in the clouds. It's okay to dream big because you have such amazing changes going on and almost like a new life developing here for you. Wow. If you liked your reading, please do hit the like. Be sure to subscribe because I have a lot of amazing new readings. And if you'd like a personal reading, I am available and my information is down below. As always, I love you. Mwah. I will see you again next week. Take care. Okay, our little treasure chest here. Let's see, we'll get the astrological sign, and I want some letters. Is that a letter? I don't know what's in here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so for letters, we have the letter R, J, and the letter A. Okay, so that could represent the names of people or even events or places that you might be experiencing over the next little bit. So what else? We don't have quite enough terms. We need just one or two more, don't we? Oh, and we have the letter G, okay? And for astrological signs, we have Virgo. All right, so Virgo, ruled by Mercury, this is all about getting organized. Of any of the astrological signs, Virgo is a little bit OCD, has to have everything in the right order. She is also the most service-oriented, so there's something about getting things in alignment, in order, and being of service, health, things like that. Now that's interesting because, where she represents health, we also have the French fries. Okay. So, normally I'd say that the French fries are saying it's okay to treat yourself. And I still want to say it is okay to treat yourself, but that it's going to be important that you're making choices that are still for the betterment of your physical vessel. So maybe not French fries, but give yourselves the treats and the special things that you need, but maybe swing it more into that healthier version. That's going to be important. Now, we also, wait, we've got to go to this. I'm the opposite of OCD today. We also have the two fish coming together, and that represents Pisces. So, which is interesting because on the astrology wheel, Pisces and Virgo are the two polar opposite signs. So, it's almost like, I feel like they're talking about a balancing of the energy here because we've got the polarities, but then we also have, this getting organized, being of service. Then we have Pisces, which is, intuitive, creative. Virgo is very grounded. It's an earth sign. And Pisces is water. And, they say Pisces tend to have their head in the clouds. So there's something about really embracing your dreams, your imagination. This even falls in the category of manifesting. Okay? So there's something really powerful coming up there as far as that astrological energy. And this can also represent people who are important coming up as well, not just for you. Now, okay, we have the big bottle opener here, and it says, I'll just turn it around for you. It says, love you. And this is about opening up, that perhaps you've been bottled up, you've been keeping yourself contained in some sort of way. And this is about opening up. And because it says, I love you, honestly, this is about opening up to the love in the world, opening up your heart, even just a little bit, allowing the world in a little bit more, and allowing yourself out there in the world more. Now, we also have the crab, and I am going to put that crab over here with our astrological signs, because the crab also represents Cancer, the sign of Cancer. Also a water sign, but a little bit different, because Cancer really represents more of like the feminine energies, the moon, it's ruled by the moon, feminine energies, nurturing, family, caring, intuition, and the moon also represents the public. So there's something, that's pretty amazing, these three together. And I do have to say, where it really backs up this unbottling yourself, because the nature of Cancer is to retreat, to hide, and this is saying come out of hiding. So come out of your retreat or your hiding, come out of your shell and allow the world to see all these amazing gifts that you have. Now, we have a little lock here, and I feel like that's really just backing up what I was already saying, but that it's not about sharing all of you or sharing the parts of you that you don't feel it's safe yet in the world. That's for you, that's private, and only someone special gets the key to that, your special people, okay? So that's a really good reminder. Now, we have the candle. And when I'm working intuitively, when I see a candle, it tells me that there's been prayers said for someone who has passed over or things like that. So in this context, to me, lighting this candle is lighting a light, lighting your light to those things within yourself that are beyond this physical realm, shining your light. Okay, but it's the action of like flicking the lighter and lighting that wick and lighting it up, because we've got the footprint card here, or footprint card charm. This is about your mark, your footprint on the earth. This is about you leaving your mark in the world in a positive way, in a way that benefits you and benefits the world. Now, what is this? Hold on here. I guess, would you guys say, to me, that looks like a pink peach, right? And a peach is juicy and sweet, and it's almost like taking a bite out of life is the words that come to me with that peach. And it's like being a peach, you know, like the softness. There's a softer energy that comes out with that peach. And I feel like that's also being backed up with this moon. What I was saying with Cancer is ruled by the moon, and we have this amazing little paisley kind of moon showing up here. And so, yeah, there's something about this softer energy coming in. Now, we also have the elephant, and I don't know if this one is talking this time because it's not specifically Ganesh. This is the elephant, which is about memories. It does kind of tie into my crazy understanding of the candle in my intuitive symbols, but I feel like this is stepping away from the past, stepping away from your old memories to allow yourself to open up and come out into the world and share yourself a little bit more. That's kind of interesting. But we also have the car, and that car, it's representing journeys. So I wouldn't be surprised if over the next couple weeks, it's summer in North America, that there's some kind of small road trips, small happenings going on in that area. And we have the fairy, and she is about getting playful, letting yourself play. So there's really a lot about lightening up, getting playful, getting out there, seeing the world, letting go of the past, and letting your light be seen in the world. Wow. If you liked your reading, please do hit the like. I am available for personal readings. The information is below. And be sure to subscribe, because holy cannoli, do I have some good readings coming up. As always, you guys know I love you. Mwah. I will see you again next week. Well, hello, Group C. Let's see what we have for charms here. I'm trying to make sure I get one of our astrological signs. Now, I do want to get some of the, is there any letters in here? Yeah, we need to get some letters. Well, that was fruitful. So we have 2 letter F's and a letter A. So that can represent people who are important coming up over the next few weeks, and also events, situations, the names of events and situations. Okay. So I'm just flipping them around. Now, what do we have here? So we have Scorpio. All right. So this is either representing someone who's going to be important over the next little bit, but it can also represent energies that you're working with. And Scorpio is that Pluto energy, which is about transformation. There's something about transforming here, and usually Pluto breaks things down to rebuild them bigger, better, and stronger. So there's that flavor coming through in your reading. But I feel like with this anchor showing up here, whatever the breaking down is, it's to rebuild it in a way that's more, let's say, anchored, grounded, solid, where you feel like you can really put down roots and dive into this next phase of your life. So I want to say with that anchor, it's giving me the feeling of stability. So, it's interesting that we have this half a heart, and it looks like a broken heart. And I feel like this is talking about this healing process is a part of this transformation, like really healing these parts in yourself, the wounded parts of your heart that you feel are too sensitive to allow out into the world. Because, this is about coming into wholeness and completion and healing This is so all about healing. And we have like, this reminds me of the DNA strands. And so I feel like there's some, you know, if you want to put it like, not cellular memory, but deep things encoded into your energy body, your physical body, that has to do around past traumas and wounds that is getting healed in this transformation that's bringing you into this more stable place. And we also have the cactus. And that thing with the cactus is when it seems like it's dry and barren, you know, life can feel that way. The cactus has this huge reserve of water, which is life. And I feel like this is talking about you accessing, tapping into these deeper reserves that you have within you. And we have I like that one. We have the princess. So whether you're male or female, it's more about princess, you know, that you are royalty, that you deserve the royal treatment. So this really is talking about you coming into a place where you really get as in understand, you comprehend that you deserve the best, that you deserve the best of everything, the best in relationships, the best in life, in every way. And that's a big part of what this healing is bringing. And we have a key. So something's getting opened up here. Something's getting unlocked within you, like within your, if you want to say within your DNA, within your higher being. And we also have the devil. And when the devil shows up, it's talking about not listening to that negative voice that nanners away at you. And because this is so much about transformation, I feel like it's talking about you really getting a grip on that little inner devil that you have, that nasty little inner voice, and kind of getting it under control, because we have the opposite of it here, which is the little baby deer. This fawn has spots and everything. So it's about moving into this really, you know, beautiful, more gentle kind of energy, this newness, and like having people fawn over you, right? Instead of you fawning over other people. And what else do we have here? And we have the cherries. So this comes in pairs. So, you know, cherries are fruits, which is the sweetness in life. And so there is about that sweetness, you know, enjoying the fruits of our labor. But it comes in pairs. And this gives me the feeling of camaraderie, friendship, companionship, you know, in a light way. Like, I feel like whatever this is that you are going through, you're not going to be going through it alone. There's a buddy, there's a close friend. Like, look at the cactus, has the same thing, 2 little red flowers on the cactus. So it's being mirrored here. So this is a huge time for you guys, really growthful, you know, coming into a really beautiful time, deeper connections and healing that heart wound. If you enjoyed your reading, please do hit the like and better subscribe, because I have lots of good readings coming up. And if you'd like a personal reading, all my information is down below. As always, you guys know I love you. Mwah. I will see you again next week. Take care.